Parents, have you wasted thousands of dollars on tutoring for your year 11 or 12 studying standard math? If so, give me the next 5 minutes and I'll show you how to not waste money on tuition. And I'm not trying to sign you up for us, I'm just trying to tell you guys what to look for. All right. So, for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Andrew Malcolm. I'm the founder and owner of ACM Tuition. And in 2020, I came first in New South Wales for standard maths. And since then, I've helped hundreds of students score a band 6 in the HSC so that they can get into their dream university degree. And in every single video I post, I give you guys one actionable tip you can use to help your teen score a band 6 in the HSC. So, without out of the way, you've probably spent thousands of dollars on tutoring and nothing's worked, right? And you're wondering, why is this the case? Surely, from everything we spent, right, we should have got something, right? Well, look, here's the first thing you need to focus on. When you're looking for a tutor, whether it's for math, chemistry, English, you need to focus on not the tutor, but the system, right? So, for example, right, at ACM Tuition, we focus on clarity, application, optimization. We learn just enough content so that you can apply that to the hard HSC questions, and then we optimize your study habits so you're studying in the right way, right? And this is the process we use for all students to get them to that next level, right? For most tutors nowadays, there's no real structure to anything, right? A lot of them are just spending all the time teaching the students the content, and they're not spending time on the HSC questions. Or, the students learning the content, but their study habits are still, off the charts, and not doing anything effectively, right? And if that's the case, they're just not going to improve, right? So the first thing is you need to find someone with a system that you actually like that helps them improve, right? The next thing is you find one who is just smart, right? So to tell you a bit of a story about this, when I first started ACM, I just was like, all right, I'm gonna hire the smartest tutors I can find. So I found this guy. He had like 20 years of teaching experience all around the world. I got him on an interview. Seemed like a nice guy, and I hired him. Right? After the first few lessons, I realized I had to make the hard choice of getting rid of him. Right? And why is that? He was smart, but he struggled to talk to the students and engage them in a way that worked for them, right? So, for example, right, if I get a new student in my class, right, and whether they're shy or not, right, let's say one of my other students, right, I have a good connection with him, right, can have a joke or something, right, I will intentionally, right, ask my student, let's call him Dave. I will intentionally ask my student Dave, who's been with me for a while, a question that there's no way he can get it right. He just won't know it, right? And then, after he answers and he gets it wrong, I'll, crack a joke or, ain't locked in or something, right? It just to show the other kids that are new, right, that it's okay to make mistakes, right? Right? Because Dave is fine with it, right? Dave will just laugh it off, right? And then, when they want to be involved and ask a question, right, they can feel free to, right? Also another thing, if I'm talking to Dave, right, who's, very strong-willed, strong-minded, I'm not going to talk to him the same way I'm going to talk to Steve, right, who's a bit shy and timid, right? There's different ways you need to talk to people to get a result out of them. And when you're looking for a tutor, that's the main thing you want to look for. Someone who can talk to a specific student, right, and get a specific result out of them, right? Can't just talk to everyone the same way. Right. The third one, and the last one, I know it's controversial, right? It's just finding the cheapest tutor, right? So to illustrate this, right? If I told you that I'm gonna buy a phone, right, and it's gonna cost me $50, right? Do you think it's gonna be any good, right? And not only that, it's like I've seen it. The tutoring companies that just want to charge low fees for you know you know $10 an hour tutoring, right? All they're aiming to do is get as many students as possible, right? Do you think they're aiming for quality if they're charging $10 an hour for tutoring, or do you think they're just aiming to get as much students as they can to raise up their fees or to get up their profit, right? But and look, Sure, maybe there are some really good companies that are like, $10 an hour tutoring, but when you're looking for tutoring, just don't look for the cheapest thing. I'm not saying you have to spend thousands of dollars on it, but just don't skimp on it, right? And make sure there's a system and you find tutors who can talk to students and aren't just smart, right? So those are the three things I'll look out for when you're looking for a tutor. If you need help from me, just send me a message or I can just guide you into what you're looking for as well, right? So let me know if you have any questions. It should be good.